2, 1.
Let's give it up.
Start the music.
3, 2, 1.
Let's give it up.
Welcome, everyone. You are listening to the Global Detection Adventure Podcast. I'm Dave D. Live from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Also, the home opener, the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. Joining me from Schweinfurt, Germany, Mr. Lance Goolsby. He is the primary board controller. He will manipulate your mind in different days, in different ways. Lance, welcome back. I'm glad to see you again. How you doing, brother?
Well, I'm doing really good. I'm a little bit overwhelmed right now because I'm the only Seahawk fan that's actually going live on the show right now. Unfortunately, I'm surrounded on two sides by two Green Bay Packer fans. And
yes. Speaking about another Green Bay Packer fan, we want to introduce to you the third what do you call that? The trifecta of the hosts of Global Detection Adventures. Let me introduce this guy in proper mannerism. Why don't you, Lance, cue the music, please? Can you do that for me, please? You guys notice that song, huh? You notice that music? Keep it going, brother. Wisconsin. From Appleton, Wisconsin. He comes in at 5'11", 180 pounds. He's a former sportscaster from WBAY Channel 2, it's an ABC affiliate. And now he's director of media relations at St. Norbert's College in Deep Pier, Wisconsin. Mr. Mike Counter. Welcome, hey, Mike.
Glad to be on. How you doing?
Great, Mike. This Mike is Counter. I met Mike. Basically, he was online with Global Detection Adventures. I knew he was from the Appleton, Wisconsin area. And since I'm from Green Bay, I contacted Mike, and we got together. We've been hunting for maybe six or seven times together. Had great times, great finds. And now Mike is joining us, the third in the booth. Mike, tell us a little bit about how you got into metal detecting, and we'll go through the whole gambit of, your I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I had two Bloody Marys, so I'm probably wasted right now.
I just want to bring
we'll go through the whole gambit of you with ABC and the affiliates and the sportscasters. But right now, let's talk about metal detecting. How long have you been doing metal? How long have you been metal detecting, and what machine are you currently using?
Sure. I've been metal detecting about 32 years. I started very young. I started 8th, 9th grade, somewhere in there. I use the Garrett AT Pro. I have two Garrett, one with the stock coil, one with the 5x8 coil. I've always been intrigued about finding history, finding parts of history. And certainly with today's technology now, you can go online and you find something and you can look it up and see what it's all about. And I've really enjoyed that part of the hobby. And I love getting out. I love being a part of nature, and it's good exercise too. So I really enjoy it. I've been doing it a long time. Now, when I was working in television and not as much because I was traveling a lot, but I've really gotten back into it here the last 6 to 8 years again.
Huh. Great. Well, Mike, we really appreciate you coming on board with us. We got a whole new format going here. We have new personalities, and I think you'll bring a new aspect to the show that most people haven't even thought about or seen yet. Lance, he's over in Germany. Yes, I know it's a 2-on-1. We got the Appleton and Green Bay, and I know it's big Packer game day today. But we're going to stick to metal detecting and not give anybody any kind of ribbing until the end of the game when the Packers, really destroy the Seattle Seahawks.
Well, we can argue about that fact. But we're not going to be arguing about football today. We're going to be talking about metal detecting.
Yeah, we have a super great show today. We have XP Sonia on here. She's our new XP Days insider. We also, after the break, I'm going to introduce to you Scott Birch. He's out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. He had an amazing week, and he had two bucket listers, but he doubled down on one of the bucket listers. And I got to tell you something. I'm not jealous. I'm happy for him, but man, I'm just like blown away by this, and I kind of blew envious, and it was like he was sticking it to me, but in a good way. So we're gonna take a little break right now. We're gonna listen to some really cool music by one of our new artists, and when we come back, I'm gonna get Scott Birch on the line, and we're gonna walk him through that beautiful bucket lister that he got this week.
All right. So for now, we're going to be taking off, and we'll talk to you guys in a second. This is going to be a brand new song, kind of a world premiere for a lot of people outside of the UK. This is a band called Thumbs, and the song is called Noose Love. So we'll see you guys in just a few minutes. All right, you guys there?
Yeah, I'm just eating here.
All right.
Man,
I don't know who this is right now. This should be Sonia. And Sonia, I don't know if you can hear me yet. Just stay on the line.
We got Scott. Did he call in yet?
Looks like Scott might have. Somebody just called in. I got to figure that out.
Yeah, I told him to call in right now.
Okay, Sonia might be taking off here in a few minutes because she has to take her. Her son is visiting her, so she's going to take him to a movie. So, but that's fine. I mean, if we can't get Sonia in today, I think we got enough shit that we can shoot about. And I definitely want to give a big shout out today to somebody as well. There's a guy who's going to be coming to the UK. And what he's going to be doing is, as soon as he gets to the UK, he's going to call into the show or be on our show. And his name is Mike Counter. No, I'm kidding. It's Dave Kenny. And but Dave Kenny, he's flying out to a rally in the UK, and he's going to be so he's going to be taking care of that. And so he's basically going to let us know an American view on metal detecting in the UK, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay. I've called in, but only music. That's what Scott is saying right now.
Yeah, of course, yeah. That's all he's going to hear right now. Just let him know he's on hold. We'll get back to him. As soon as he hears the music end, we're about maybe 1 minute out. As soon as he hears the music end, then that's what he's going to be getting. He's going to be coming on. Right after this, I'll pop on the.
Why do I get this pink screen again?
It's because I'm sharing a screen image on my side.
Okay.
Okay, and then commercial's going to play in a sec.
I'm good, man.
All right,
Mike,
we're about to go back on, guys.
Yeah, I'm buzzed. I'm drunk.
I'm not drunk. You know, a piece of food.
No, I'm good. Very good though.
You're welcome. You're not drunk. Where the hell were you yesterday?
I was told that
I
was gonna come, but I wasn't. I was told that, well, if I can't come, if I have to work, you're not gonna have fun. Yeah, I know. I went to bed early. Mike, we got to do a Wing Fest though.
Wingfest?
Yep. Sound good?
Yeah. Sure does.
All right, Lance, we ready to come back? Can you hear me? Yeah, I got hot wings.
Mm.
I don't know. This Packer season's it's getting me going, man. Did we lose you, Lance? Oh man, Lance.
Well, everybody, we're right back, and we're going to be going back into the guys. So yeah, that was Thumbs with the song Noose Love. So Dave, I think you want to go ahead and bring somebody onto the show.
Yep, I do. Scott, first of all, we want to make sure you're there on the line. Scott, are you there with us?
There we go. Sorry, turned up the volume. Try it again. No, you're on live right now. So yeah, the Scott, we're going to be having Dave coming in right now. He seems to be constantly having problems with his computer right now. He is showing us an image of himself. Actually, no, he's gone offline again. I'm going to be bringing him back in just a moment. But Scott, so tell us about yourself. You're a metal detector, you know Dave, and how long have you been metal detecting so far? Oh wow, that is amazing. So far I know Dave wants to talk about one of your finds, so I'm refusing to go into one of your finds right now. He's kind of blocked me from doing it. So what's going to just a second, yeah. Dave, stop. Dave's coming in again in just a few moments. So yeah, besides anything that you just recently found, which I know Dave has talked to you about, what are some of the great finds that you've actually found while you've been out metal detecting? What really solidified you into making this a hardcore hobby for 40 years? Wow. That is an amazing find. Now, what did you find out about that exactly? I could talk about this forever. Really? That's truly impressive. I mean, it's one of those things that almost kind of rewrites history about the United States, because something that
Exactly.
old in the United States.
Wow.
I mean, I would have never thought something 4,000 to 7,000 years old, especially something copper, like a spear point like that in the United States. I could kind of understand it showing up over here, but I was kind of under the impression that even in the United States, or North America, for that example, for that point, it was pretty much only going to be stoneware that was going to be used. You know, stones for arrows, stones for spears, and everything else. Are they expecting that this might have come from somewhere else and been brought to the United States? Wow. Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely amazing. Now I know we finally got Dave back onto the show, and one thing that a lot of people are saying is that the audio got a little hokey there for a second. I think you guys might be noticing that the audio is picked up quite a bit. We're going to be. This is one of those things we're kind of doing this live, so there's going to be issues, and they're easily repairable. But we live and learn, and it's never going to be repeated by me again. So we finally got Dave back onto the show, so I'm going to welcome Dave in.
Hey,
And,
Scotty. Scotty, can you hear me? Yes.
Yep,
What did I miss, Scott?
Oh, just talking about my copper spear point. He said that.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
About my new.
All right, Scott. You really stuck it to me the other day when you got listers, and then your second bucket lister. But then what really got me good was the third bucket lister, which was actually part of a second bucket lister. Now I want to walk the people through what actually happened on that day. Now, first of all, you're out doing a farm field. Is that so? Is that correct? Right. So you got a permission to do this field, I'm assuming. And
yes.
Have you done farm fields before?
Never have. First
Never
time.
have. Now, what made you go to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to try out a farm field.
Yeah, I watched the Hoover Boys, and they do farm fields, and I thought, that'd be nice to see if there's anything in the farm fields. And so there's a guy at work that owns a farm, and he's allowed me on there once the crops were out, and so I went there last Monday. It's my first time out.
All right. So you're on the field, and now you're swinging the Mind Lab, and you have your big coil on there.
Yep, 15-inch coil.
15-inch coil. All right. So you've been on there for approximately how long before you get this signal that you're not really sure of, but it's very interesting? How long were you on that field for?
Which one you want to talk about?
Well, what came first, the silver or the big one?
The large.
Okay. Let's talk about the largie. All right. So obviously this is on your bucket list, and we all know what he's talking about. It's a large cent. I'm breaking it up right there. But okay, so you get a signal, and what does it register in your mind as thinking it's maybe a quarter, something that you haven't heard before? Because obviously it's a bucket lister, so this tone hasn't come into your realm of your library of tones. So what were you thinking?
At my tones, it was a copper. So I knew it was going to be some sort of a copper coin. So I didn't know really what it was. And when I dug it up, it actually has a hole in the center. So first I thought maybe it was just a washer. But then when I looked at it, it had United States of America on the back and 1 cent. So that was exciting, knowing that I found my first largie in 40-some years. So that was the first excitement of the day.
Which was kind of weird, because I did get my first one this year too, and it actually had a hole in it, more for like a necklace part of it. But that was I was kind of weird. Why would they stick a hole in the middle of it? Instead of if you wear it as a necklace. I don't really understand that point. But it was. But what were you thinking when you found it? Were you excited beyond belief, or it's like, oh yeah, or were you just jaded because you've been finding some really, really great coins over the years?
Yeah, it was just more finally I got a large cent. So, it made it worth it. If that's the only thing I found all day long was the large cent. So that was fun.
Okay, now you also found a couple silver coins there. You found something that you found before. What I believe it was a barber dime. Did that come second, or did that come second, or did that come third?
That was my third find.
That was your third find.
My third find was just a normal dime. Second find was the third find was that barber.
Okay, now let's get to the second one, because the second one And Mike, anybody could chime in here. The second find was on your bucket list. It's pretty much on everybody's bucket list. And it was in pretty great shape. It obviously was a big silver. You're sweeping you're sweeping, and did it come in differently than maybe say a quarter? Did you think it was silver?
Actually, it didn't come in real good. It came in kind of at a quarter signal. It wasn't the best signal in the world because when I found it, it was on edge. So that's when it was a good enough signal to dig, but it wasn't a like blow your mind type of a signal because I was digging some aluminum cans. Those give really good signals.
Right. So now you got your shovel. You got it in the dirt.
Right.
Did you see the coin right away, or did you have to dig a little bit deeper and use your pinpointer? How deep was this coin?
I actually mispinpointed it, and I dug it out of the side hole, and it was probably only 3 inches deep, 4 inches deep. So it wasn't that deep.
It wasn't that deep, but how much of the coin
Side of the hole
was actually exposed when you did this, when you were at this point?
When I took my shovel and dug the side where my pinpointer said it was at, and it popped out.
And then what was your initial reaction?
Holy crap. That was about what as Jocelyn put it, holy crap. Yeah, when you see something that big.
Okay, so let's expose it. What was the actual coin?
It was a 1881 Morgan dollar.
Oh, geez.
Beautiful. Now you pick this dollar up. What do you think? I'm going to call my mom. I got to call somebody. I'm going to call Dave and stick it to him. I want to do a live Facebook. I got to tell somebody. What was your, what were you thinking?
I was going to do a live Facebook, but there was hardly any signal out there with my phone. So I tried to post a picture and it wouldn't post. Then the next thing I did was I texted my son because he knew I was going to be out there, and I told him I would text him if I had any good finds. And then I texted my other half that I found the dollar. So that was fun.
Now,
and the text hardly went through because I didn't have that.
But your luck doesn't stop there. Okay, you go back what? A week later, 4 days later?
Friday. So I went back 4 days later.
You go back 4 days later, and you're thinking, what do you think to yourself? Well, yeah, I found this, I found that, I found my 2 bucket listers. What were you thinking? Oh, maybe there's another one, or what? Or do you thinking, well, maybe I could find something else?
I wasn't expecting another one. I was just hoping to find another, older coin. I did find a 1900 Indian head penny 10 minutes before the find that you want to talk about. So, I did find something, that was good. And then I found the second one that you want to talk about.
All right, let's talk about this one because this one just blows me away. And first of all, I want to really congratulate you. You're a good guy. You've been detecting for, I don't know, for a long, long time. There's nobody I know more besides Mike, because he's been doing this a long time, as you, that deserves these fines. Now, you're sweeping again. Is the signal the same as that? As you think, it's like, well, maybe this could be another one. Is the signal the same, or is it something different?
No, it was a good signal, but it came up on my Safari number 37, which is a quarter, dime, quarter, and I thought, maybe it's another silver dime. But all right, another silver dime. All
right, so you're down there with your shovel, you're digging. How deep was this target?
Mm-hmm. This one was probably 3 to 4 inches. It wasn't that deep. again. So
Another 3 to 4 inches in a farm field. Well, that's typical because they plow their fields, and most of the stuff is all brought up, eventually. All right, so you think it's a quarter, you think it's a silver, and you're thinking, I'm going to be happy. You dig the hole. How much of this coin is exposed?
probably the very edge of it when I actually found it. So not much of it, but because of the size, I knew what it was right away.
Okay, so when you lifted this one up, were you the same reaction, or was it amplified 10 times? I know after you found out exactly what it is, it's probably was amplified 10 times over, but what was your initial reaction on this coin?
I was excited too. Finding a second one, was absolutely terrific. Unbelievable. Finding $2 Morgan, in a field. So I was really excited. Do you want me to go into detail? Or?
Yeah, explain why
you were
this
bouncing around the field, singing the Star Spangled Banner and tearing clothing off your body. That's what I'd be doing.
Let's talk about this coin. Why was it a little bit more special?
After I found it, I looked at it, and this one was in 1892, and then I looked on the back of it for a mint mark, and it had the double C for Carson City.
Wow.
So I was excited, but again, just thought, okay, it's going to be, something worth, maybe a little bit more than a normal Morgan. And then I didn't realize what it was until I came home and looked it up in the book, or at least on the internet.
And this is basically a coin that's worth approximately how much?
$200 to $300.
Wow.
Something that is. Depends on the grade. It has some damage, some scrapes, but otherwise it's in pretty decent shape.
Well, here's a coin that's worth $200 to $300, but in your mind, you're never going to sell this thing. This thing is going to be with me forever. I'm going to display it right up there with my my iron, my arrowhead, and it was just a super amazing. And I got to tell you something, man. I was really, really excited, man. It was almost like I found the coin because I knew who you were. I know you. We've been hunting together for a while. And for you to find that, it was just almost like I found it. It was a really, really exciting experience, and I'm really happy for you, Mike and Lance. If you ever find something that you could never found before, the experience is just overwhelming, and Scott is like I said, he's been doing this for 30-some years. Was it 30 or 42? I don't remember what it was, but you've been doing this for a really long time, and well deserved.
Let me say something. I want to say something. I've talked to some veteran metal detectors that really believe field hunting is where it's at. I mean, if you really want to find old coins, old things, field hunting is where it's at. Now, I haven't done a lot of field hunting. I did go last year with John Ruth from Fond du Lac, who is a rep for whites, and he took me into a field, and he found a Civil War token, a large cent, and I found a copper dart point that was estimated at 2,500 years old. That's the only time I've ever been field hunting, and we found those three items within an hour. A lot of the people I talk to around here that detect for a long time believe field hunting's where it's at.
Right, and the farmers were the ones that had the money to lose. So, and if they didn't lose it out in the field, they might have lost it in the barn, and when they spread the manure out on the field, then that's where their coins went. So I was always wanting to do that type of hunting, and it seemed to pay off.
No, man.
Congratulations, Scott.
Really pay off.
Beautiful. So what
a little bit later today, so maybe I'll post a third one.
I don't get cocky, Scott.
Yeah, let's just rub it in a little bit.
Well, Scott, I really appreciate you coming on today, and congratulations again on those great finds. And we'll be looking for your finds. You're pretty well known here on GDA. When you do post something, it's something that's really, really interesting and really, really something that people that all around the globe are looking for to find. And we really appreciate you being a member. And good luck today. And hopefully you do find that third one. Maybe this guy was just a.
I'm bringing a better camera. I won't goof it up for you. So.
All right, Scott. Thanks a lot for joining us. Lance, we're going to take a little break here. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the XP Deus. I don't know if our insider is going to be with us. If not, I just will take over myself.
Yeah, I think we're going to be having a problem with our insider today, but we're going to be bringing her back in at another time. But right now, we're going to be cutting over to our lovely friends, Luke and Laura Higgins in the UK, and they're going to be bringing us our news. And then we got a brand new world premiere song about to drop. So I know you guys are going to love this. So right now, here comes the news.
Hey everyone, Siren Kimmy here with Girls Rock Metal Detecting. Just want to take a second to wish everybody a happy belated Thanksgiving, or as I like to call it, Thanksdigging. I've been out there seeking more and more permissions. I'm pretty proud of myself, stepping outside of my comfort zone and asking everybody and anybody, and I cannot believe how many people actually say yes. It's pretty mind-blowing because of how terrified I had been of it in the past. So I have been coming up with some really great new permissions and digging some Civil War relics. If you want to get over to girlsrockmetaldetecting.com and check out the latest episode is the Thanksdigging special, figure that. And so check that out, see some of the stuff I'm digging up, but just been having an awesome time. My digging season is just starting down here in the South, and I know a lot of you up north are snowed in, and I feel really bad for you, but I will try to bring you some things so you could live vicariously through me right now, or dig vicariously through me as I try to dig some more Civil War relics. I'm going to be heading out again this weekend, and hopefully I have a really good lead on something that might turn up a good relic or two. So hopefully with any luck, I'll have some awesome stuff to show you in the December Christmas video, which will be coming up. And hopefully by the end of this week, I'm going to have the latest Girls Rock Metal Detecting. We're changing it from the find of the month to the digger of the month. So I'm going to have a female digger of the month, and we're going to feature somebody this Friday, hopefully with any luck. So anyway, so check everything out. Head over to girlsrockmetaldetecting.com for all your Girls Rock Metal Detecting needs. And until next time, again, happy Thanksdigging, and talk to you soon. Take care.
The Archaeology and Metal Detecting Magazine news update for GDA.
Anger as remains of soldiers from Revolutionary and Civil Wars are dug up in historic cemetery. Caretakers have described the scene as heartbreaking. The uniform buried with a soldier was strewn on the ground, and in another plot, clothing was removed, leaving bones exposed. Now, a reward of more than $2,000 is being offered for information on the desecration at the Old Church Cemetery in East Georgia, near Waynesboro, USA. Relic hunting is being considered as a possible motive for the crime, although authorities cannot confirm this. American Legion Post 120 are planning to rededicate the bodies and restore the monuments. A couple in Ohio have discovered a perfectly preserved log cabin from the 1840s inside the walls of their new home. Kevin Kemp and partner Jennifer Alexander had planned to demolish the home to rebuild when they made their incredible discovery. Kevin describes the moment.
I walked over to the wall and found an edge and pulled a panel off, and I said, I think that's a log. And so I pulled another one off, and I said, it is a log. Uncovering it one piece at a time was just amazing.
Kevin and Jennifer had now halted their renovations, and the city intends to rebuild the cavern elsewhere for future generations to enjoy. Nobleman's gift to his wife found after 550 years by metal detectorist. A 15th century heart-shaped brooch, which probably belonged to Baroness Hastings, who lived in Kirby Muxloe Castle in Leicestershire, England, has been found by a metal detectorist in a farmer's field. The brooch, which is inlaid with a French medieval inscription Honour and Joy, was believed to have been given to her by her husband, Baron William Hastings, who was beheaded in 1483. The brooch has been taken to auction with a guide price of £6,000 to £8,000. In a field in West Dorset, England, almost exactly 200 years after it was made to commemorate the death of someone with the initials IW, a mysterious mourning ring has been discovered by metal detectorist Colin Spiller. Mr. Spiller was taking part in a metal detecting rally in a farmer's field near Burstock, England. The ring is a gold band decorated on the exterior with a reflection on morality skull decorated in black enamel. The ring is expected to fetch up to £1,200 at Mayfair's auctioneers. Treasure dating back more than 700 years found in Carlisle, Scotland. 7 hammered silver coins from 1280 to 1307 were found by detectorist Ian Hughes. Ian has recorded audio of the moment he found the coins.
I'm good.
Not too far from where the last one just came up, man. Hey, there's another one. Right. There. Yep. Definitely hammered silver. Again, quite nice condition, and again, looks like Eddie Bond. Edward the First. Wow, okay, that's 4.
Ian travels across the country in search of treasure and has a database of more than 1,500 finds. Ian's 7 hammered coins have been registered with the Portable Antiquities Scheme. Detectorist Niall Bailey had a surprise in store for girlfriend Rachel when he took her on her first metal detecting outing. Niall had been to his permission the previous evening and buried a surprise in the ground for her to find. Rachel's first find was a modern 10-pence piece, but her second find was something much more exciting, a diamond ring. She turned around to see boyfriend Niall down on one knee ready to propose. Niall was relieved when Rachel said yes. The couple will soon feature as guests on the Global Detection Adventures podcast.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Laura Higgins out of the UK. And Dave, you know, that the guys that they're talking about that are going to be coming onto the show is one of the most amazing stories that we've actually heard in quite a while. A metal detecting couple actually proposing to his girlfriend while they're out metal detecting. And I know the story. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but we're going to be having them coming on to the next show. I've worked this one out, and plus we got a couple more big surprises coming up in the next couple of weeks as well.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time, man.
Yeah, those two are fantastic people. But anyway, I promised our listeners we're going to be having a world premiere song, and we're going to be doing that right now, and we're going to be cutting to it absolutely the world premiere, first time ever heard outside of Germany. This is T.G. Copperfield, and the song, if I can find it, the song is called When the Fire Went Out, and we'll see everybody really soon.
You heard it here first. Another exclusive track. Right now.
Smoking cigarettes and watching TV, trying to get another frame of mind. Changing records every 90 seconds just to keep me busy all the time. We've been talking about the same topics till we drown the silence in our tears. What's been happening, no one has an answer, baby. We have changed over the years. I still can feel you deep inside. The world stood still and the silence got loud. Ooh, the fire went out. Ooh, the fire went out. The sacred place that used to be our home now is a gallery of broken dreams. Just when you think that you have seen it all, now here's another gallows joke for you. I still can feel you deep inside. The world stood still and the silence got loud. Ooh, the fire went out. Ooh, the fire went out. Stood still and the silence got loud. Ooh, the fire went out. Ooh, the fire went out. The world stood still and the silence got loud. Ooh, the fire went out. Ooh, the fire went out.
All right, let's welcome you guys all back to the Global Detective Adventure Podcast with Lance, Mike, and Mike. Our XP insider, Sonia, is not here with us today, so I'm kind of taking over as XP Deus Dave here. Mike, I know you mentioned to me in the field that you were thinking about maybe switching over to an XP Deus. Right now, you're using the AT Pro, and why? What were your initial thoughts, and why were you thinking about doing this?
Well, I like the AT Pro a lot. I mean, I've been using it for quite a few years, and it does the job for me. But in certain areas, trashy areas, iron areas, I think the Deus could probably go deeper and get through some of that stuff. So, just watching some of your finds, knowing that I've been in some of those same areas, it's piqued my interest some. Let me ask you a question, Dave. If I do get the Deus and I go out and I start learning the machine, what can I expect initially from that machine? What kind of learning?
Well, initially when I first started using the machine, I was totally frustrated because I was using the White's V3i. I had it all set up. I knew exactly what I was listening for. I knew exactly what the VDIs were going to represent. And when I started using the XP, I'm just getting beeps and dings and bongs and what was good, what was bad. And quite frankly, I left that thing in the back seat of my truck for the longest time. And then I started cheating a little bit. I said, all right, well, let me find something with the V3i and then see what it rings up with the XP days. So I was carrying two metal detectors with me at one time. And that was kind of getting a little bit old. And then I guess I finally locked on to a really great program where I could understand, which was the HOT program. I got that from XP Gary from XP Deus. I locked onto that. I knew exactly, after digging a bunch of crap and trash, I knew what I was looking for. I knew what I was listening for. The numbers are pretty accurate when it comes to the VDIs. So I've been using this now for at least 6 months. So that's what I would recommend to you first off the bat is go with the HOT program as it is. 5 full tones. Might have to adjust the tones a little bit, but that's what I would probably go with.
I just said
Mike
to Dave that said he's making people dizzy by going side to side all the time in the chair.
Let's talk about the tones a little bit. I mean, you know, one of the things I've heard from a lot of detectorists is when they switch from an AT Pro to a Minelab CTX 3030 or the Deus, the tones, the sounds are different, and it takes a time to adjust because you're used to certain tones, you're used to certain numbers. Would you agree with that? Was it Dave there?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Obviously, the VDI numbers are going to be different for each coin. Also, I would, as far as tones, you know, my V3i was really never set up to where it was you get a really faint tone and you know it's deep. It was kind of night and day. Here's your high tone, here's your medium tone, here's your low tone. But it was more 3 frequencies running at the same time, and you were looking for that VDI number. So it was a combination of both. With the XP Deus, you really have to know your tones. You have to listen, and there's a few tricks that you can learn right off the bat, which would make it a lot easier. Now, it didn't take long, XP Deus, to learn how to use it. You just know it. You just had to go to the right place.
Let me ask you this.
The right place. Go ahead.
What's the number one thing for someone that's buying the XP Deus that they should know right out of the chute to help them get by some of those frustrations that you had early on?
I think it would be the point where you're actually pinpointing your target. When I first started using it, I was thinking, oh, I got a quarter, and it turned out to be a bottle cap. Oh, I got a quarter, and it's a bottle cap. Oh, it's a quarter. It's like, what the heck? The bottle cap sounds the same thing as a quarter, but not really.
Oh, it's a quarter.
You know, in my last video, I showed how to avoid these bottle caps that do sound like a quarter. So if you check out my last video, and I'll explain it to you right now, is when you're pinpointing your XP Deus, you're taking that coil, and you wiggle it back and forth, and you draw it back away from the target. If it is a consistent tone, if the VDI is consistent, and if you don't get an iron buzz, you probably got a quarter. But if you're going back and you do get that iron buzz as you're wiggling it back and forth to try to pinpoint it, it's going to be a bottle cap. You'll figure out the quarter tone really easy. You'll figure out your copper penny and your clad dime. They're relatively 90 to 92. It could be either or depending how deep it is. You'll know what your zinc penny is. It's usually 85, 86. You'll know what your nickels are. It usually comes in at a 63. But let me tell you, all those tones, if they're consistent with the VDI, you'll know the tone. It is distinctive for each coin, and it will be different than the trash. Like example, if you're digging a nickel and you're getting a 63 and it sounds really good, it's going to be a nickel. But if you get a 62, 63, 64, and it's kind of bopping back and forth, it's probably going to be a pull tab. So you'll learn that pretty quickly in the first couple weeks. Anybody trying to learn the XP Deus without looking at videos, without checking out XP Gary, without going to their website, you're going to be totally frustrated, and you're going to say, this machine really. But let me tell you something. It blows away the V3i in depth and consistency, and I've used both, and I'm the big whites guy. But you know what I'm saying? But the XP Deus blows it away.
And now one of the things I can agree with him as far as depth, one of my last videos, you can see I got a signal that was over 20 inches deep, and it was insane. I mean, I had the signal and I thought I dug it up. And then when I re-swung the hole, I figured that the signal was actually deeper than what I was originally thinking. And I think it ended up being about 23 inches deep. I've never seen a machine go that deep. And even XP was completely amazed at the depth that this machine was able to get that I had on this signal. And we're talking, it was that wax stamp that I had. It wasn't that big. I mean, maybe about an inch by an inch by an inch. So 1 inch square. So it was absolutely insane. But one of the things that helped me the most, I don't mean to blow smoke up my butt anymore, but I use what I refer to as the GDA settings on it, or the GDA mode, which opens up all tones. And what I started doing is I started digging every single tone that I was getting so I could learn the different tones that I was getting. What is metal? Where does metal stop? Iron. Where does iron stop? Where does steel begin? Where does steel stop? Where does aluminum start? Where does it stop? Where does silver start? Once I started realizing what these tones were, and that only took maybe about 4 or 5 times going out with it, I can basically tell you exactly what I'm swinging over now. But see, I'm not in a high coin area like you guys are. You guys are dealing with American coinage, and I'm dealing more relics where I hunt. Sorry.
Shut Lance. So Mike, let's that segue right there was sort of really cool. What other questions would you have as far as, like if you wanted to pull that trigger? I know obviously it's price, but
yeah, price as well, obviously. Yeah. I've had other people, I know people that have had the CTX and has switched to the Deus. They said, what's it like in water? Have you tried it in water at all? Have you done any beach detecting or water detecting?
I don't know. I've never tried it. I know you can do it under certain circumstances, but I'm not a big water hunter, so I can't really comment on that part.
I haven't. I'm about to do it this winter, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can give you a heads up then.
Good.
Yeah. I've known guys that had the CTX, switched to the Deus, and I could tell right off the bat they didn't understand it. The guy did it right. And they put it away, and they went to another machine and another machine. But if you stick to it, and I'm going to tell you something, everybody down there, Civil War land, can't say enough about this. It's relatively new in the U.S., and it's becoming the #1 detector. And I without a doubt, I'm going to tell you, this XP Deus will be the #1 detector. I have nothing to do with them. They don't pay me for anything. They don't, I'm not sponsored by them. It'll be the #1 detector in the next 2 years.
Let me ask you this. You use the White's V3i, and now you have the Deus. What's the biggest difference between those two?
Biggest difference is weight. All the wires are attached to it. Yeah. XP Deus is wireless. The headphones are wireless.
Pinpointer.
The pinpointer is actually... You have a pinpointer that does come with the XP Deus. It's the MI6, but you can use it with another machine if you like. but it actually in program number 7, it'll run right through your headphones. So nobody taking off your headphones, looking through the pinpointer, trying to hear it. Oh, a bus comes by, I can't hear it because the speaker in my Garrett is all clogged up. Right through the headphones. Beautiful.
I saw you use that feature, Dave, and I really liked it. I thought that was a nice feature. I mean, everything, you don't have to, and it can be loud and crazy some places you hunt, and just to be able to put the pinpointer down and hear through your headsets, it's a big advantage.
Right. I don't know how many times did I have to clean out the speaker hole in the Garrett because of mud. I know they have a waterproof one, but the speaker's on the outside. This thing runs right through your headphones. It's so durable. And it's just a really great feature. Again, the weight, the compactability. You can take this thing and boop, make it down. I could fit in my, seriously, it could fit in a really nice size briefcase if you take it apart. You can carry that thing right on the plane. You take off.
Traveling.
Traveling is easy. Less wires, lighter. Overall, but I got to tell you something. The depth. I've hunted all my old spots with the V3i. I don't know how many coins that I must have missed with my V3i because this thing was getting deeper. I was finding coins that blew me away. 11, 12, 13 inches down. Easily hearing. Now, there's a lot of different programs in the XPDAS, and then if you go through every program, you'll notice half of them will have the same tone, the same VDI read. But if you're like going from the deep program to the hot program, you'll notice that your coins are coming in at different VDI numbers. So something you have to get really used to if you want to play with programs, if you want to play with the frequencies. But like I said, I'm still maybe a good year into it. I'm going to say I'm about 50 to 75% of the knowledge of this machine.
Let me
ask
this question to both of you. How easy it is to update the programs? Let's say DS comes out with a new program and you want to update the program. How easy is it?
Super easy. You go, if you have Windows, you got to have Windows, no Mac. Get Windows, you plug it in, you go through all the kiosks, tells you exactly what to do, hit this, hit that, boom, boom. It took me 5 minutes. I went from the 3.2 to the 4.0, less than 5 minutes. Super easy. Yeah. So, like I said, if you're thinking about getting it, Mike, I know we hunt together.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like to try out my machine, and we'll switch for an hour or so. Definitely want to show you how to use it and what to listen for. I think you'll really enjoy it. And plus, I've never used an AT Pro. Gave me a chance to learn another machine, and to see, what the Garrett brings. But I got to tell you something. There's nothing more professional about it. I mean, if you look at the XPDAS and who brings it to you and the videos that come along with it and the representatives of XP, it is truly a professional machine.
Sounds good. I'll take you up on that. We'll do that.
It's
all right,
definitely,
I know Mike. Go ahead, Lance.
It's definitely worth it, Mike. You got to try out the machine. It takes a little bit. It's not one of those ones where you can just turn it on and jump into it. I mean, I'm not trying to say that, we're not sponsored in any way by XP, not anymore. But we still love our machines. We love XP. We love the company. We will promote this company as much as we can because they have made a machine that is actually one of the best ones that we've ever had. But if I want somebody like my sister, she came over to visit. If you saw some of the photos about a couple weeks ago, she came over to visit. And I was telling her, if you want to come into the hobby, the thing that you need a Garrett Ace. And I talked her into buying a Garrett Ace 200 from our friend, Randall Garrett out of Texas. And he provided my sister a great metal detector. That's a great place for her to start. So she's going to be taking that at Ace 200 out. But this Ace, the XP, this is one of those ones that are for people like the three of us. We're more of professional. It's not even professional. We take this more seriously than a lot of other people do. And this machine will give you serious results. And that's exactly what this is.
Yeah, but don't get us wrong here. We talk about all metal detectors, and it's basically who's the guy running behind the detector. Now, it could be to a point where, hey, I was running the V3i for 3 years. Maybe I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I can't say that because I watched every video like 1,000 times over for 3 years before I even got the machine. I've read all the programs. I've been in all the different sites that talk about the white. So I knew that machine inside and out. But I got to tell you something. The depth was there for the XP, which really sold me on that machine. And the coins that I have been finding since I switched over is tripled. Silver is tripled because I'm able to get, from an average of 6 to 7 inches average. I mean, the whites will go a little bit deeper, but the XP average was 9 inches. So we're going to take a little break. I know, Mike, you got to leave. You got an appointment.
I got an appointment. Yep.
But Mike,
thanks, guys.
Next week, or in a couple of weeks, I want to talk about the AT Pro and the Garrett. And hopefully we can get the guys from Garrett to come on, and we can talk about the Garrett metal detectors. I know we're going to get the guys from Diggers coming on pretty soon. They have a line of products they want to talk about, and we'll also talk about the new AT Max. So this is not just an XP show. This is what I use. Everybody uses their own machine. If you're happy with it, stick with it. I'm not going to try to say, hey, my machine's better than your machine. But if you want to know about my machine, I will tell you.
And as we all know, guys, we all know this: location helps.
Right. If it's there, you're going to find it. All right. Lance, let's take a little bit of break. You're listening to the Global Detection Adventure Podcast with Lance, Dave, and Mike. Mike, we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Sounds good.
And we'll be back with you, Lance, in a couple moments.
All right. We'll see you guys in a sec. We're going to give you another great, I guess you can call it a premiere. Everybody knows who Whit Hill is. She sang that song called I Dug It Up. That was me. But anyway, everybody knows who Whit Hill is. This is going to be Whit Hill's husband. And he is an absolute fantastic singer. Check this out. This is a great new blues song. This is called Nothing I Can Do.
I could write the sweetest song I could feel a been so long, but there's nothing I can do about you. I can make a diamond stone, or I could break the devil's bones, but there's nothing I can do about you. When I need a little action, you got things to do. My love's a blazing fire, baby. I met my match in you. You stand before me, you lead me on. First you kiss me, and then you're gone. But there's nothing I can do about you. Train, but there's nothing I can do about you. Well, I guess I should leave you, baby. Break free of these chains. I know I've got the power, but honey, you blow the reins. You're on my mind, you're on my head. My only truth is what you said, and there's nothing I can do about you.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
So
I like
that was
that one.
Al Hill. That was Al Hill, the husband of Whit Hill. It's just fantastic. I love that song. Anyway, we got a really special guest. I've been watching this guy's videos for quite a while now. Yeah, he's out of New Mexico. He's out of the high mountains of New Mexico. He's been putting out a couple videos now for going on about 6 months now, and I've been watching some of his videos. Some of the stuff that he's finding out there in New Mexico is just absolutely fantastic, from gold nuggets to you name it, Indian stuff that's been out there. But he doesn't want his last name to be known because a lot of the places that he goes to are his very own permissions, and he doesn't want to give out any of the permissions that he has because he has a couple other people that he metal detects with. But I want to go ahead and introduce everybody to Mick out of New Mexico. Hey, Mick, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Got me there.
Yeah, gotcha. Mick, and now you've been metal detecting for quite a while. I've been listening to you talking on your videos. Now, exactly what are some of the things that you're finding out there in New Mexico?
Well, I find your basic zinc pennies, they're everywhere. But the one thing that eludes me, and I was wanting to ask you this about the XP Deus, is that, I see a lot of people finding these marbles, these glass marbles, and my detector doesn't do very good with them. And I just wanted to know the settings.
Oh, we have the marble program where it detects glass, and everybody knows I'm just kidding. Those marbles just pop up when you're digging. You got to be really lucky to get those glass marbles, clay marbles. There's no metal in marbles unless you have one of those BB things that you go back and forth with, or ball bearings. But yeah, I'm going to talk to the XP guys and see if we can get a marble program installed in the new version coming up.
Because people are digging these things up left and right, and I just haven't having any luck. I started out with the Fisher F5, and believe it or not, it would detect a dog pile, but it would not. We put a gold coin down there and a Masonic gold ring, and it was barely reading anything, if anything at all. And so I turned that thing in and got a gold bug. It did a little bit better, but I'm sure I could go back and know what I did wrong. And I'm using the Technetics T2 now, and I love the machine. The XP it looks like a very interesting machine, to say the least. It just might be a little overwhelming for a novice, to get into the programs and stuff. And you said you had a GDA program. That sounds real interesting.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that Dave might be interested in. Now, you're out there in New Mexico. Now, everybody that's in any kind of ufology knows is that out there in New Mexico, there was a huge crash down there in Roswell, New Mexico. Now, have you had a chance to get out there
without getting shot?
I've been looking. I was scouting the perimeter one day, and then the guys in the black Jeep, they showed up, and they told me that I couldn't go any further than that line. Really? Not any further than the sign, anyways.
Yeah.
Did you stay on that line, but just take your coil and put it over the line? Just say, hey, it's like football. My feet are here. Or did you stick your coil on the other side of the line? How did that work out?
Well, I just kind of held the coil up and pointed it at them, and then they kind of backed off a little bit. Anyway, hey, all joking aside, Dave, this is Patrick White out of
Yeah,
Temple.
I knew it was you, man. First of all, I was gonna say, "Oh, this has got to be Patrick, man." There's no, but yeah, but man, you were good, man. Very, very informative. Like you knew what you were talking about. But
yeah, I was a little miffed that people are finding marbles and I haven't found one yet, and so I figured I'd throw that out there.
Well, Patrick, you're not the only one.
Go ahead.
You're not the only one who hasn't found a marble yet. I haven't found a marble yet either.
No, I was going to tell you with the T2 and the Fisher, basically you can't find a pile of dog do. You got to, first of all, the first thing is you have to turn the machine on. A lot of people just take it and they take it out of the box, put it together, and they never push the on button. And that's probably one of the basic problems with new detectorists. They have to learn how to turn it on.
I got my Fisher F5. It was my first detector. I got it in the mail. I went over to my buddy's house to show off, and I was just kidding around. And I says, we'll see if it picks up this dog do. And it did. It started going off. And I'm like, wow, and then he throws down his Masonic ring, and he had another gold coin, and it wasn't picking that up. I guess I had the discrimination too high or something. But it wasn't picking up the gold, but it was picking up the other stuff. And so I thought there was something wrong with it. I sent it back, which I kind of wish I wouldn't have. And then and got the gold bug, which I like it a lot. It's a great detector.
Hey, Patrick, I want you to look to your left.
The monster coil for it.
Patrick, look to your left.
Yes, sir.
Look to your left. There's this big giant hook. It's going around your waist and it's pulling you right off the stage right now. You're getting the shaft, man.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, Patrick White is one of the team GDA members out of Texas. He's a planter. He plants stuff for people to find in future generations. He's a member of the Vulcan Treasure Society, and that's what their main goal is. I've planted some stuff for Vulcan Treasure Society over here in Germany. I've got, I think it was 2 or 3 different places that I've put stuff in to see if anybody will get in touch with Patrick. And anybody around the world is eligible to become a member of a free society called the Vulcan Treasure Society. Just find them on Facebook.
Yeah, and you know what? Patrick was the first. So I know Patrick, I've been around. I've known there's maybe 2 or 3 of them are doing it now. But Patrick was the first. He is the godfather. He is the founder of burying stuff for other people to find.
I think it's fantastic. It's absolutely a beautiful thing that he does.
Yeah, actually,
and he makes good bikes too.
There are some other people out there that are doing the same thing that dwarf my burials. There's a guy named H. Charles Beale.
Oh yeah.
And that guy, he's planting thousands of dollars worth of treasure all over the country.
Yeah,
and
so he says. Did anybody find it yet?
Finn, who planted his box that people are dying trying to find.
Yeah. Everybody knows the Forrest Finn story.
It's hard to stack up to those guys, but just today I finally found I got some metal stamps because the cars that I put in there, I've realized that the water damage is too great to last any amount of time. The little note that I put in there, my business card, even though I laminated, it's just not good enough. So I actually got some dog tags and some metal stamps. And I was just in the process of going out, and I'm going to stamp the information on the metal tag so that I can either glue it to the box or put it inside of the box along with the treasure.
Yeah, I got a little tip for you. You go to Home Depot and you get those little PVC pipes get a small PVC pipe with the little end caps, and you can twist them on there. The PVC will seal everything in. You put a little cement on each cap. You'll get the signal, and you'll have a little PVC. Those things will last forever. You won't get any drippage in there.
Yeah, they just they dug up. What is it, about 5? They had KG and Ringy, I think it was, dug up the Apple one, didn't they?
Yeah, that was on one of their shows. That was a big piece of PVC. But for what you're doing, a little PVC, you put it together, it'll look like a bone. People will dig it up, and there'll be a PVC pipe with 2 end caps on it. And people think it might be a pipe bomb too, but
Somebody might.
But yeah, you'll get recognized there for sure.
And I'm fixing to I'm taking a little trip to Winterset, Iowa, here next month on the 14th and 15th of next month for the Covered Bridge Festival, and I'm going to take both of my detectors with me so that I can loan one out. And I'm scouting on Google Maps, as to areas where I could prospectively plant a treasure in Iowa as well.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Or a couple, two or three maybe.
That's
super.
Fantastic. Well,
All right, Patrick.
There's a place called Clark's Tower. Just real quick, a place called Clark's Tower that is like an old, just an old stone tower. That it's on the hill in the park, and as far as I know, it's not off limits. So I'm going to try to poke around over there as well. Hopefully, I'll find something worth posting on the page.
Sweet. All right, Patrick. Well, I appreciate you coming on and having a little fun with us and also giving us some informative information. Patrick White, everybody, from the Vulcan Treasure Society. You can catch him on the Facebook group. And if you're not a member already, I don't know what you're waiting for.
Yeah,
Patrick, good talking to you, man.
Thanks for coming on, Patrick.
I love you guys.
Yeah,
Great
I love
show.
you, Patrick. All right, thanks for coming on and having some fun with David with me.
Yeah.
You bet, Lance. Have a great day.
At first, I'm thinking, all right, man, you got some guy from New Mexico. Then he started talking. I go, he sounds like somebody I know. I'm trying to figure it out. And just before he told me who he was, I was about to say, is this Patrick?
That's why I brought up the whole New Mexico, Roswell, New Mexico thing.
He's a good actor. Patrick is a good actor.
He's a great guy. I love that dude. Anyway,
go ahead.
Huh? Well, anyway, we're going to take a break in a sec. We're going to be listening to a brand new, well, let's not call it brand new. Let's just call it a great song from one of our friends, which I didn't even know was a singer, Butch Holcombe.
What? Butch can sing?
He's a singer, so we're going to be listening to a song from him.
Is he a singer, or does he thinks he's a singer?
Well, let's let you be the judge. If you guys like it this week, then we'll play another song of his next week. So
all right, this is Butch Holcombe. This is Butch Holcombe of American Digger magazine. He is in the shower right now, and let's take a little gander and see what he's singing.
All right, see you guys in a sec.
Swinging, so like I left on the right. I don't want to be no outlaw. I don't want to be no Jesse James. I don't want to be no bad guy. Just want to be free in the land. This land is your land. You say that I don't have the right, but I think you are forgetting that I have a dog in this fight. Cowboys and Indians and soldiers, arrowheads and some musket balls, all that remains of those who left those names hidden beneath the soil. I'm gonna go out swinging. I won't go down without a fight. I'm gonna go out swinging. So like I left on the right.
All right, so we're back. That's Butch Holcombe. I wanted to play Gold and Silver and Gold, but that's the song called I'm Going Out Swinging. Boy, did I hit the wrong button. But anyway, that's what happens when you have too many songs queued up to play.
Hey, Butch, don't give me a day job.
But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know about Black ADA. Black ADA. If you haven't been to their website yet, go to blackada.com and check out. I have 2 of their digging utensils. They are absolutely fantastic. I have the Extended Invader, plus I have the Stingray. I use the Extended Invader with my Deus. What I do is I dig the hole after I get a signal, and then I re-swing the hole. So I don't have to bend down and do anything. These things are robust. I've had the Extended Invader now 2 years, and the only thing that's happened to this thing is that the paint has come off the actual scoop. That's it. And the Stingray for over a year now had a little issue with a huge stone last year, but that was easy to fix, and it's brand new, as good as new. So Dave, I know that you got something from them as well, don't you?
No, actually the ones they sent me, I gave them out as prizes for the Find of the Year awards. I do have something similar, but it's good. The thing that after a while, it starts to lose its edge as far as sharpness. I know the XP Deus, the cut and the forging on that thing is remarkable as far as the durability and the how it lasts as far as the sharpness of digging into the earth. And I use mine a lot to chop roots or going through stones and dirt, so obviously that's going to cause it. But I get a little squeamish when I'm trying to pop a rock out of the way thinking my handle's going to bend. It hasn't happened, but I know with the Black ADA is never going to happen. Now eventually the guys over there are going to send me one to use, but I just have to be very, very wary of what I'm using right now and kind of use it in a limited capacity. And it's not good when you're out digging that you have to worry about your shovel breaking. So
no, it's not.
If you don't want those worries, those are the guys to talk to. You got to try them out. I've seen them. I've held them. I've used it. Don't exactly own one, but those are beautiful crafted. I'm going to say machines, but you're the machine. Beautiful crafted spades and shovels and diggers.
Yeah, well, one of the things is I've had 2 shovels prior to getting the Black ADA, and I saw the Black ADA on eBay over here in Germany, and I told my wife I really wanted one of them. I just think the write-up said it was made for metal detecting. I was like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I need. And I'm like you. I had one of the ones that was kind of a tube with the shovel on the end, and then another one which was just a solid pole with the shovel welded to the end. And both of those broke. The one that was a tube actually snapped in half. The tube itself snapped. And then the other one that I had, where it was welded, it bent. First, the metal rod bent, and then the shovel itself, the weld snapped and it came off. And there is no chance of this happening with the Black ADA. I guarantee this shovel is absolutely fantastic. Both of them. I love them. I love them to death. I will not do anything without either one of them.
Yeah, and actually I don't know if I should say this yet, but yeah, actually I'm going to keep this a little bit tight-lipped. One of our other sponsors who make something, I don't want to say it's an accessory to that, they're getting together, Black ADA and this fella, and they're coming up with a little special item. I'll talk about that maybe in a couple of weeks. Make sure I get the okay about what they're planning on doing with these 2 products. It's going to be a little bit of a joint adventure, a joint a joint. That's what I'm trying to say. I need a joint. No. Anyway, we'll just drop it right there. It's But I was going to wanted to get back to the XP Deus, and I just want to give a shout out. If you're looking to get an XP Deus AT Pro, you're looking to get whites, any kind of metal detector, you're going to want to check out these guys. They're called Treasure Mountain Detectors. They're at treasuremountaindetectors.com. It's treasure and then mtndetectors.com. Tell them Dave sent you. You could reach them at 765-748-6962. These guys are really great at getting anything you need as far as metal detectors. I'm going to say in the eastern, Midwest, eastern part of the state. Check them out. You can go online. Again, treasuremountaindetectors.com. The man in charge is his last name is Hoffman, and he'll take care of you, guaranteed. There's my
Well,
speech.
I want to go ahead and take the time. Well, first of all, our news correspondent, Laura Higgins, is online. She's listening live right now. Laura, you rock, girl. We love the news segment. I cannot be happier about it. Then I want to go ahead and just say thank you to everybody listening. We got Hayden listening in. We got Richard Crookmeyer, which a lot of people know who Richard Crookmeyer is. He comes in and posts a whole lot on the GDA Facebook page. Robert Hope, which is a really old friend of ours. I think Dave remembers him from the precursor of GDA, as a matter of fact. We've been talking with him for, well, Robert, what is it now, 3 years?
Yeah, I just added him back. He just came back not too long ago.
Yeah, he's back in. Everybody just refers to him as Bob Hope. So if you ever see Robert running around to say, what's up, Bob Hope? How about a little bit of comedy shows?
Not the dead one. He's the one that's still alive.
But anyway, yeah. But yeah, I love every one of you. Thank you all for coming in and listening in. And anybody that I haven't talked to or said, make sure that you give us a heads up and let us know you're listening. Anybody that wants to call in, we're taking call-ins right now. The area code is in the United States, 920-455-5118. That's 920-455-5118.
Yeah,
And
we'll tell you that phone number right now, right before we go off the air.
Oh, we got a couple minutes left. We got one song left to go for the rest of the night. Actually, no, we got. Oh, wow. But anyway, wow, is the time already gone?
Yeah, it's gone. It's football time, man. If you're here in America, it's game time.
Well, is it coming on already?
Well, it's been playing for an hour. It started at 1 o'clock Eastern time. So Packers go to town in about 2 more hours from now.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I got it set up to watch later, but I think I might be watching it live tonight. You know, I'm going to talk to the wife, see if she'll stay up with me, and we'll root the Seahawks on. Hopefully we'll beat the Packers. Nobody likes a good You know I love you, Dave, and you're not up above Lambeau Field.
Just remember what happened last time. You got all talking crap in my face about the CL.
Everybody thought that the Pats were going to win yesterday or on Friday.
I didn't. Not me. All right, let's take this moment to say thank you to everybody in GDA land and the GDA family and all the people involved behind the scenes, and Butch Holcombe and guys from Detect America, Frank Lopergola, Kimmy Price, Patrick White. I want to thank Scott Birch for coming on. Mike Counter, I know he took off, but he'll be back in full force in a couple weeks. And thanks to all the music that came in, to all the artists. Really appreciate it. You guys are doing a great job. Keep them coming. Love to play your stuff.
Yeah, well, we'll be definitely bringing some more stuff in next one. These are all going to be, if you know anybody who's a musician, let them know we want to play their songs. I'm going to send one more big shout out to Dan Kinney who's about to fly to the United Kingdom to go attend a rally in the United Kingdom. One of our first people that's actually flown out to England just to metal detect. And when he's out there, he's going to be getting in touch with us, and we're going to be talking about exactly what's the difference between a rally in the United Kingdom and a group hunt in the U.S., and what a Yank in England thinks of metal detecting there. So we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, and don't forget about Brian Gorby, who's going on a Southwest trip for about a month, metal detecting in about 4 different states. And we'll hopefully get some footage from him, and maybe we can talk to him live in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely. It's going to be great. All right, guys.
All right, man.
I'm
out of here.
Dave, you got nothing else?
I got nothing else. I'm done.
You got to slow down on those Bloody Marys.
Yeah, well, I'm good now. But when I first chugged down 2 of those things.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I want to thank my brother-in-law and sister-in-law for letting me use their studio. Mine was without internet for, well, it's back now, but a little too late. And thanks for the Bloody Marys and the quiche, and I was spoiled today. This might be my new studio. Yeah.
But anyway, all right. So everybody, from both myself, Dave, and our absentee Mike, I want to wish everybody a wonderful time, and we're going to see you out on the field. All right. And until then, this is going to be Thumbs Sleep on the Couch. We'll talk to you guys real soon.
When we first met, cheeks flushed. I'm so moronic, I'm still trying to figure it out. Years later, and many more bust-ups and all that joke and shouts. Hanging on for the sake of a lost cause. She said she's insane. I bet she's texting her ex. I got these records spun on repeat, so I can't hear our best. I sleep on the couch now, and she hangs out at the bar. She's wrecked, I'm fucking vexed, and now she knows that when she goes back crawling, I'll put a blocker on my phone. I've moved on, got sick to death, it came undone. I feel better now we're done. I was a drugger every solution. Solid reason to still stay on top of the world. And that's how I got messed up and broken. She earns her share of guilt. I sleep on the couch now, and she hangs out at the bar. She's wrecked, I'm fucking vexed, and now she knows that when she goes back crawling, I'll put a blocker on my phone. I've moved on, got sick to death, it came undone. I feel better now we're done. I sleep on the couch now, and she hangs out at the bar. She's wrecked, I'm fucking vexed, and now she knows
but I blocked her on my phone. I moved on, got sick to death, became undone. I feel better.